Hi guys, this is my channel, Utechpia. I'm also on YouTube, but today we're doing Amazon Live and links below to get a Dyson V11 outsize. It's one of Dyson's newest vacuum. And I've been using Dysons for like 7 years now. I've had an old one, a V6, and it's been fantastic. But don't let me be rude. Let me introduce my friend over here. His name is Jeremy. So my friend here, Jeremy, he's a tech guy, but he also has a couple of Dysons, right? And you've been using them for a long time too. And you've had no interest in upgrading. But let's talk about your vacuums first. And then we can talk about how I think you should definitely upgrade to the new Dyson V11 Torque or the new Dyson V11 outsize. So what's your experience with Dyson?
Currently, I have that ball rolling one, which is with DC33, which is the heavy duty one. Yeah. And then I have the small one, which is V7. So basically, I'm kind of set on, both departments.
You think so, but technology has changed a lot, my friend. I think those two vacuums were popular maybe 5 years ago, and the DC33, the big ball ones, probably like 7 or 8, maybe even 10 years old. Those are old vacuums.
It helps me a lot. Before I get those Dyson, it took me at least half an hour or more just to vacuum. I only have a one-story house, not even double stairs.
Right.
Right now with the Dyson, I don't think like less than 50 minutes.
House. Absolutely. So I actually have the two same vacuums as you. I have, this is the V6.
Yeah, that one. That's what I have.
You have a very similar one. You have a V7, which is a generation after this, which is a little bit more powerful and a little bit more advanced. But we also have the DC33, which is like the corded ball vac, the huge one, right?
Oh,
Yeah. Also a Dyson, 10 years old, still works. But the reason why I don't use it anymore is that the biggest thing is it's a corded vacuum, right? It has a cord. And what we're gonna do in this video is tell you about the new Dyson V11 outside that just came out like a couple of weeks ago, and it's really, really advanced in technology. It blows my mind. I have a V11 here. Whoa, this thing is powerful. I have the Dyson V11 here. This is the Torque. I'm really impressed with it. I love it. But today we're talking about the outsize, which is even better than this one. So let's take a look at some of the features here. As you can see here, we're talking about the Dyson V11 outsize. And one of the things—
nice design.
It is, right? One of the things I like about it is that it actually comes with 2 batteries and a nice LCD screen behind. We'll get into a little bit more detail.
LCD now?
Yeah. Yep. So basically the difference between the Dyson V11 Torque and the Dyson V11 outsize is 3 things. One of them is the head. You see it on this picture? There's an extra large Torque head. It's a little bit bigger, so it cleans better. It's still the same high torque cleaning head. But as you can imagine, what do you think is a disadvantage of having a big Torque head?
Well, you can't really go in those narrow spots.
Right.
It's too wide.
So we had an Amazon customer ask about the price of it. Check out the link below on Amazon. The price is there. There's a couple different variety of the Dyson V11. We have the Dyson V11 Torque, and we have the Dyson V11 Animal, and the Dyson V11 outsize, right? I totally recommend either the Dyson V11 Torque or the Dyson V11 outsize. The main difference is the Animal is the cheapest one. And the reason why I don't really recommend that one is because it doesn't have the LCD screen in the back. The LCD screen is great to let you know how much life you have left as your vacuum. It also lets you know if there's a problem, like your filter's dirty or there's a clog. It'll tell you exactly where to look for to fix the clog. So the Animal doesn't have that. Now, if you move up to the middle level, which is a Dyson V11 Torque, which is what I actually have here, you get the nicer display. And then one level above that is the Dyson V11 outsize that just got released a couple weeks ago. And that's fantastic because it takes what's great about the Torque, the Dyson V11 Torque that I have here, but it adds a bigger bin. It's 150% bigger than this. It's about 20% more powerful than this. And the best part is that the battery is removable. So, and as you see on the screen right too, we have a bigger head too. So there's 3 varieties. I totally recommend either the Dyson V11 Torque or the V11 outsize. The links are below and the prices are below as well. So here's the example of how big the bin is, right? On one side, you got the Dyson V11 outsize, which is a huge bin, and the Torque, which is also a pretty big bin too, but it looks tiny compared to the outsize. Now, if you look at the old Dyson, this is like the one that you and I have, right? This is the V6, very similar to the V7, the old school one. And you would think that this is a big bin, but actually, if you look carefully, the fill mark is like right here. So your bin is pretty much this much, right? So this is also, to be honest, this is also a little bit misleading because the whole thing is not where you store all your dust. Your fill size up is here. This is the maximum right here. So you have all this space for dust, which is quite a bit more than this. And then as you see in the picture, the outsize is a huge bin compared to this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Almost double the size, isn't it? Almost.
It's 150% bigger.
Oh yeah, because it's circular. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, it's quite big. It's quite big. So let's move on to other features. As you see, there's a larger torque head there. So the same technology, and the technology in the torque head is pretty awesome too, because it's not just like a suction head and just a turning brush. It's actually pretty advanced because there's two types of material in the brush head. You have a carbon fiber material and also like a bristle material. So there's a soft and there's one that's sticky. So the combination of both will pick up like pretty much 99.9% of anything, whether it's on carpet or whether it's on hard floor. So this is a really fantastic technology for a motorized head. And now with the Dyson V11 outsize, it's about 25% bigger. So this is the old size, the big size, the new one is bigger.
So the head is brand new for V11, right? For both model. The previous model don't have that, I don't think.
Let me go back here. So the previous models did have a motor head, but it just isn't as torquey. And as they move on through the different generations, from like your V6 to a V8 to a V10 to a V11, they constantly got a little bit better. Like for example, it's easier to clean, it's easier to open, it's wider, it has a little bit more torque. But the main technology in all of Dyson's vacuum, which makes them so great, is the fact that it has these two types of material, the carbon fiber and the thicker bristle, so really designed to pick up anything. In fact, the new Dyson V11 has so much torque and so much power that, check this out, there's a lever here that opens a gate. You see it opens up this gate, these two gates right here. Basically what that does is it allows less suction, because sometimes there's so much suction. Yeah, I know, it's funny, right? Because you want a vacuum to have a lot of suction, but there's so much suction that it's pretty much stuck to the ground. When you're trying to push it, you can't. So that's why there's these gates here. Yeah. So when the problem is that it has too much suction, that's a good problem to have with a vacuum. So
I like the fact that on the cover is transparent, so if you can see anything got stuck up there. Because the one I have is not. It's like gray plastic.
Right, that's actually a good point. I love this. You're right, the newer ones are transparent. I forgot that, great point. Yeah, so exactly like that. You can see if something's stuck here and like hair or dirt or like you pull out some paper, you can see right away if it's stuck. This one, the V11 Torque, I still need a little coin here to open it and pull it out. It's still very easy and very user-friendly to clean out, but the new V11 outsize with the larger, wider one, there's a little button that you just push and it opens this and you can pull it out much easier. Like versus using a coin.
I got a coin here. You need one? Here.
Fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. You're a hard sell, you're a hard sell. But nonetheless, I love the clear, transparent. You can see right through it.
Yeah, I love the transparent. That's a really good plus tips right there.
So Dyson's always been improving their technology over the years. And like you said, your vacuum is like 7 years old. My vacuum is over 9 years old now. The Dyson V6 here still works. And they've been improving their technology a lot. Like the reason why I bought this is because they start to go to cordless, and I had to make a compromise. It wasn't the strongest vacuum, and also battery life wasn't that great because it like on normal power it only lasts like 15 minutes. This is the very old one, by the way. And then on full power, max power, it only lasts like 6 minutes. So very limited, but I went with it because they were ahead of their time in technology. But I mean, it wasn't very powerful, and the battery life honestly sucked. So over the years, they improved a lot. And I tell you, with the Dyson V11, they pretty much hit the sweet spot. I was looking at some of the reviews, and it's still new. This Dyson V11 outsize just came out a few weeks ago. And looking at the reviews, you already see that there are 20 reviews on Dyson's website, and these are the same reviews that are on Amazon's website. You can go read them. I recommend you read them so that you can see what everyone's saying. And just to highlight, people are loving this vacuum. They say it's powerful, it's convenient, it's the compromises that I had to make when I bought this is all gone, because this cordless vacuum is stronger than any corded vacuum in the market right now. All right, just take a minute to let that sink in. A cordless vacuum is more powerful than any corded vacuum on the market right now.
Okay, that's tempting.
And then you would say, okay, fine, it's more powerful, but how long can it last, right?
Yeah, that's the problem with the cordless.
Right, because this old one, lasts about 15 minutes. This one, on a single battery, can last up to 70 minutes of normal vacuuming. 70 minutes. That's over an hour on a single battery.
No way.
Yeah. And then now with the new Dyson V11 outsize, which is the one that just came out a few weeks ago, there's a little button that you can click just to release the battery, and you just pop in a new battery. Not only does it come with 2 batteries, it comes with 2 chargers, all in the package, right? So you buy the vacuum, you get 2 batteries and 2 chargers. So combined, you have over 140 minutes of runtime on a cordless vacuum that's more powerful than any corded vacuum on the market. So pretty much it's the most powerful vacuum.
You can almost use for pro use, right? Just buy one of those for the hotel.
This is the only vacuum you ever need for anything. I mean, unless you have like a 20-room mansion, you might want 2 of them. But I mean, I cannot vacuum 2 hours. I mean, that's a lot of vacuum.
That's a lot of vacuum.
It will outlast me. One full charge of the 2 batteries will outlast me. I'm thrilled. So 4.5 out of 5 based on 20 reviews is pretty darn good. And I'll tell you what the cons are, because even with a product that's perfect like this, people are still, you always want a little bit more, no matter how perfect the product is, right? So I'll tell you the things that people are not so happy about. And mainly it's the fact that this trigger isn't automatic. When you go to a gas station and you start pumping your gas and you flip the little switch so you can kick back and let the thing just pump gas? Well, people want to have this just kind of held down all day without holding the button. I know, right? We're getting so lazy that people want to not have to push the button as they're vacuuming.
But that's the whole point of handheld, though, so you could control it and quick release. Let's say if somehow you suck on something you're not supposed to, you could release it right away and stop. Right. With that hole, you kind of have to take more time to unsuck it.
Right. I mean, there's definitely an advantage of that, because the moment you suck up something, you're like, I got something, you can just let go of the button, right? Versus, so that's kind of a nice thing. But honestly, I can understand people's desire to have a button to just kind of lock it down. But Dyson didn't design it that way, and like you said, as a corded vacuum, it's more like a quick gun and shoot. But now that you can vacuum for 140 minutes, I kind of want to have a little, something to hold the button. Maybe I could put a little tape. That probably solves the problem.
They give you 140 minutes. Doesn't mean you really have to vacuum 140 minutes. That's not your full-time job, man. Right.
But anyway, that's one of the cons. And I think the other con I noticed is that people say these buttons that click to release a tool takes too much force. Honestly, I don't know. Even with the Dyson V6,
7 years of Dyson, they work perfectly fine.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
I have no idea, but people complain about that. But honestly, I've used these vacuums. I love how strong these things are when they're locked in. Like there's literally no room to really give. But the moment you push down lightly on the button, it comes right off. I don't understand. It's so easy, right? And I guess the other con that people don't even mention, but I notice, is that sometimes I notice that competitor vacuums, they have LEDs in front of their vacuum heads so you can kind of see the dirt while you vacuum.
Yeah, the old school though. I have like a at least maybe I think 20 years old
Yeah.
one. They have like not LED. There's a light in front of the vacuum.
Right, some little bulbs, right? It's
They're
very
useless
old
though.
school. Why do you think it's useless?
You can't see dirt.
That's very true. And you know, I think it's useless because it's a thing of the past. I remember those vacuums like 20 years ago and they had lights. They had the incandescent bulbs, right? And it made sense to have it because old vacuums were so bad that you can see the dirt, right? With the light. You pass the vacuum over. It's like, oh, I still see the dirt. So you pass it again. That's why you need the light to make sure you suck it up. With these vacuums, because they're so powerful, more powerful than any vacuum on the market right now, you pass it once and that's it. There's no dirt left.
Yeah.
So, right. So
that's what I'm saying. With the Dyson, you just do your whole thing so much faster.
Right,
One pass, you're done.
Right. So therefore, a light, it can be nice to have, but I don't think you need it, right? So again, those are the things that people nitpick about, like a little trigger that auto hold. Like these things should be softer, but I don't think that's a problem. And people say, oh, well, maybe there needs to be LED, but I think it's a really great vacuum. I rate it 5 out of 5, but that's me. And but you guys can read the reviews to make sure that you have your peace of mind when you buy this Dyson. But honestly, I think it's a fantastic Dyson. And the Dyson V11 outsize comes with all of this stuff. So let's go over it really quick. You have the high torque, extra large cleaner head, which is 25% wider than this one. You got the mini motorized tool, which is this smaller one. And this is great because remember how we said that the Dyson V11 outside comes with a wider head than even this? And as you pointed out, the disadvantage of the wider
solved the problem
head.
right there.
Right.
The mini motor head. Solved
exactly.
the problem.
So you have a wider one that comes with the Dyson V11 outsize, which has a limitation of like getting into a tight spot. But then you also have this one, the medium motorized one, and it's also got a motorized head. It spins, and this is great for getting into the tighter spot. So the combination it has everything you need. So there's the medium motorized head. You got a mini soft dusting brush. Let me show you that. So this is great for if you ever want to vacuum over something very soft, but like the brush helps picks up and pushes the dust a little bit. It's really soft. Like oh, this is like. Maybe.
Okay, don't do that. That's just dirty, man.
My bad. My bad. I haven't used this too much. I've used it enough. It smells kind of bad.
Okay.
But anyway.
Not clean, man.
Yeah. So this is great for like what I use on is my pianos, right? My piano keys. I like it because it's soft enough that it won't hurt my piano, but it's enough push that will lift up the dirt. It's great for like keyboards or something very, very soft. But again, gotta keep it clean. If you start using this like in the bathroom and around the toilet, then you don't want to like be touching your face with it or cleaning the keyboards and pianos. But it comes with this. You also get the combination tool, what we have over here. And the combination tool is kind of cool because it's got this angle to it, right? And it allows you to pick up stuff on the angle, on the edges of the like ceilings and whatnot. And if you don't want the brush, it's called a combination tool because check this out. Boom. Now you're not using the brush. Now it's just a suction that's at an angle. And it's got a little bristle here for extra like roughness. If you want
so you can get in closer, right?
Yes. And if you don't care for the brushes. Yep. So combination tool, really cool. Now we get the stubborn dust brush.
I never had that one before.
Never had this one? So
No.
different from the soft one that we saw earlier that's like soft, right? You can rub it against the face and you'll be fine. This one is stubborn. This one, ouch. This one is
That's not good for skin.
not for skin. So this one is for stubborn dirt. So right, it's great for pushing and lifting up debris as you vacuum away because you get great suction power, but you also want this brush to kind of really push up the soil, the dirt, or whatever you want to pick up. So really good for heavy cleaning. The stubborn dirt brush. All right. So next you got the crevice tool. This one is my favorite. This one, where it is? It's always my favorite, which is why it's already attached to my vacuum. I love it because this little tool right here it's long and very narrow. And it's great for like, getting into tight areas, like around the cars, in the sofas, just areas like you would think that, okay, obviously you can't get it with a nice big torque head, nor the mini head. This tiny little area is perfect for getting into those crevices along the sofa couches, in the cars, between the seat and the ashtrays. Really great. I almost always have this attachment because I love it so much. It's great.
Sweet.
Perfect. Yep. So then the next one we got is something that you probably don't have, and I didn't have with my old Dyson either. This is the wand storage clip. Yep. So obviously the Dyson comes with a wand. I didn't even put it on the list because it's so obvious that you need the wand so you can vacuum stuff upstairs, up high, or just vacuum on the ground. But the wand by itself wouldn't have this functionality unless you add this. So this is the wand storage clip. Small clip, but very, very useful. I think it's underrated, to be honest, because you would think, oh, well, it's just a plastic clip. What can you do, right? So check this out. This clip snaps onto your wand, right? And you would think, okay, fine. I can attach a tool, but let me show you. So you think, oh, okay, it makes sense. I can store a tool. Great. So now I got my vacuum and I can store a tool. But as you would imagine, it can store not just one tool, but two tools. So now, yes, now you could run around vacuuming and you have your wand here and you got two tools that you can get access to as you're on the go. So right, you can have a large home and you can have your charging dock way upstairs. You pick your vacuum with your wand and your favorite tool, probably the motorized head because it's probably the most useful tool, but you also want to carry some tools with you, like my favorite crevice tool and my combo tool right here. And you can just swap out on the fly. Oop, just like pop it in right here, boom. And then you got your different tool. Swap it out, store it back here. And it's so convenient because with the old vacuum and I didn't have this tool, I would always either have to try to put this in my pocket or leave them upstairs. I have to run back, grab it, come back down. This little
that's the
magic
trouble.
storage wand clip, nice. Genius design. I mean, a very small piece of plastic worth like 50 cents, but the design, so elegant. I absolutely love this little tool.
And the functionality of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's value right there, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, it comes with also the docking station. So the docking station you're familiar with because it's the same docking station that all the Dysons uses. Docking station makes these cordless vacuum what they really are, because what you do is you attach this to your wall, 2 screws, and you have a charger cable go in here, and the charging adapter goes up here. The best part is you vacuum, and when you're done, you drop it into the charging dock, and that's it. The charging dock charges your vacuum right away, and that's the best part. When you need the vacuum, you just pull it up, and it's ready to go. It's all fully charged. And the charging dock is smart. It's not just a dumb dock that just keeps charging your battery. What's great about it is that it detects when your battery is almost full, and it won't charge it. It won't keep charging it. It knows when to stop charging. So you don't have to worry about, oh, should I charge my charger now? Should I take it off because it's been charging too long? No, you just put your battery, you just put the vacuum on. When you're done vacuuming, you can leave it there for days, weeks, months, and when you need it, pull it up, you have a battery, a fully charged battery on your Dyson, ready to go. This single battery, again, can last 70 minutes on eco mode. Based on all the reviews I've seen, based on my experience using this one, it's fantastic. And don't forget, of course, I'll talk about it in a bit, but also the Dyson V11 outside comes with not 1, but 2 batteries, and not 1, but 2 chargers. So again, docking station. Yeah, very useful. Oh, I should also mention that, yes, with the docking station, you have to drill 2 holes and put it on your wall, which is not the best thing if you're renting a home or you're in an apartment. But also on the link below is a rack, and that rack is great because it works for the Dyson V11 outsize as well as the Dyson V11 Torque, Dyson V11 Animal, any of the Dyson cordless vacuum. And why is it great? Well, because it's a metal stand, and basically it has screw holes for you to screw the docking on it, and it's all self-contained. You're not screwing into the wall; it's standing by itself. and it's got the dock, so it's ready to go. Plus, it's like a Christmas tree. It has room for all your accessories on the side coming down the Christmas tree. So check that out.
Yeah, I see. It does look like a Christmas tree.
It's pretty cool. It's a nice feature. I don't use it personally because I just put this thing into my wall for the last 7 years for my Dyson V6 here, and it's worked great. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the Dyson V11 Torque that I have. And pretty soon, I'm gonna pick up the Dyson V11 outsize because if you want the biggest and baddest vacuum out there, Dyson V11 outsize is the way to go. So, like I mentioned before, it comes with the charger. It also comes with a sucking battery in addition to the one that's included with the vacuum. And it comes with the sucking charger, which is great because this sucking station will charge the battery that's already in your vacuum. And then at the same time, you have the little charger charging just the battery by itself. So when this battery depletes, if you ever deplete this battery, I mean, honestly, 70 minutes on one vacuum, I don't think I'll ever need to suck a battery because by the time that this is done, I'm already charging it. I will never get to 70 minutes. But anyway, like for example, if my wife's been vacuuming the house for 70 minutes the whole day, and I come home and this one's like nearly out, and I can look at the indicator and it says, oh, there's only like 10 minutes of charge. I'll be like, okay, fine. I'll swap in the other battery, and I have like another 70 minutes to go vacuum my car, for example. So one person might not use both batteries, but if you're sharing the vacuum with your significant others, or you're working in a company where you are doing like a lot of cleaning, custodian work, for example, it's great to have the swappable battery. Before, with the old ones, you couldn't swap out the battery because, like, first of all, it only lasts 15 minutes, the old ones. And of course, once you're done, you have to charge it because the battery is kind of stuck on the vacuum. With the new one, again, the Dyson V11 Torque, which is what I have, can't remove the battery. But the Dyson V11 outsize can actually, with a click of a little tab here, release a battery and you swap another battery just in seconds. So that's one of the biggest reasons to buy the Dyson V11 outsize, which again just came out a few weeks ago. I'm excited to get my hands on it. I don't have it yet. This is the Dyson V11 Torque. Outsize has a removable battery, 150% bigger bin, a wider head, and 20% more power in here. So
I like the battery part because I always forgot to charge. So end up when I'm trying to vacuum, I have no batteries. So with that, I have 2 batteries. I think that's a big plus for me.
Yeah, and you know, I would. I mean, these Dyson batteries, like this old one, has lasted me so many years, like 7 years. But when it finally did go out, I did have to unscrew it to replace the battery. But the new Dyson V11 outsize, even if the battery dies, I just buy new ones, plop it in. It's like replacing the batteries on your remote control, right? It's just like clip, put it in. Not like you actually have to take out some screws, and it saves time. Let's put it that way.
That's very nice design. Very nice design.
So again, the new Dyson V11 outsize comes with 2 batteries as well as 2 chargers, and it also has the LED screens. The LED screen back here.
I like the LED. I like the LED screen.
You don't have an LCD screen, and I did not have an LCD screen with the old one. Now I'll tell you, the LCD screen is awesome. You probably can't see this too close, but basically I'll read it to you. It tells me right now, if I go to like eco mode, and this battery has been used a little bit already, it says how much, if I start vacuuming, it will tell me I have 72 minutes. I don't know if you can read that, but 72 minutes of charge is what, I think I should try to let you see that. Maybe you can't see it. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Almost, there you go.
Yeah, I see it.
Barely, right? But yeah, this thing, 72 minutes. I was saying 70, but 72 minutes on one charge, and I've already used this a little bit. So again, the screen is great because it tells you to charge, and also the screen tells you how to maintain the vacuum too. It'll tell you if there's any clogs, or if they tell you, hey, it's time to change your filter, and then you pull out the filter and clean it.
Oh.
Yes. You have a filter in your old vacuum, right?
Yeah, but not like that.
Just like this one, and it's easy enough to pull out too. But of course, when this filter on the old one is dirty, what do you have to do when it's dirty?
Get a new one.
Exactly, and it makes sense because everyone's used to filters getting dirty and replaced with a new one. Like in our cars, we have air filters in our car. We replace them. Hopefully, you replace your filters in your car. But
if I remember.
Right. But basically what you do is you throw out the old one, you buy a new one, and it's done. But with this one, if you look very careful, there's these little symbols.
Wait. Is that like a... Can you wash this?
You can. You definitely can. So these filters are washable. And all you do is you run them through the water in the sink. Just shake up the water a little bit and use your hand just to pat down the filter a little bit right around here. Just make sure it's clean. And let it dry for about 24 hours. And as soon as it's dry, pop it back in and you're ready to go. Again, you don't even need to remember when to wash it. It will tell you in the screen when it's time to clean your filter. And when it's time to clean it, you wash it, 24 hours later, pop it back in, you're good to go. You don't need to buy anything. Yes, this is an expensive vacuum, price is below, but you never need to change the filter. You don't have to worry about bags. Things and Dysons are reliable. You have good warranty with them. I've had this one for 7 years, 5 or 7 years now, I can't remember. I have a Dyson DC33 like you have, right? That we've had for over 10 years. And the reason why we're not using it anymore is just because technology has moved so much that these cordless vacuums last longer and they're much more powerful than the old corded vacuums that Dyson used to make. But they're still working fine and there's nothing wrong with them. So what I'm saying is that these things are expensive, but they're very reliable. For sure.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they're definitely reliable. And I mean, just look at all the things you get, right? You get the full-size cleaner head, you got the full-size bin, you got the 2 battery pack, you get the mini motorized tool, combination tool, stubborn dirt brush. You pretty much have the full arsenal of everything you need to clean from inside the house to upholstery cleaning, to cleaning up on the ceiling, to cleaning in the crevices of the sofa, stairways, cars, everything, right? So one vacuum is all you need. And with all these tools, it functions and provides all those complex vacuuming situations and handles it all like a pro.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? So here's a nice close-up detail of the back of the screen here. So right, you got the LCD screen, the rundown counter on the upper right, you can see this is pretty much tells you how much time you have left as you're vacuuming. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you probably will not use the whole entire battery before you get tired. You need to have a break anyway. But it's good to see the indicators to know how much charge you have left. For example, if your spouse used it for like the morning and you come home from work and you're using to vacuum the car, you can see, oh yeah, I have about 15, 20 minutes left. Perfect, that's all I need. Or if you want, you can swap out the battery and you'll be good to go. So
yeah, that's why I like the LCD. I mean, I never know when my battery's going to went out. At least it showed you here, so it's perfect.
Right.
Awesome.
Right, and remember, the LCD screen only comes with the Dyson V11 Torque and the Dyson V11 Outsize. If you get the V11 Animal, it does not have the LCD screen. So that's the one I don't recommend. It's a little bit cheaper, but definitely consider getting the 2 upper model. Also, as I mentioned before, it's got the maintenance alerts. It'll tell you when it's time to pull this thing out, wash it, and put it back in. It tells you when the filter's dirty. It tells you if there's any clog. It'll tell you if it's clogged here, if it tells you if there's a problem with the suction here, or if there's any problem at all, it lets you know. So, yeah. Of course, you can switch between the different modes, Eco, Auto, and Boost. And it's nice to have the screen so you can see the different modes that you're in. So, let's talk about technology because this vacuum, like I'm a tech channel. You Tech Me as my tech channel. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Amazon Live. But normally I talk about tech. I talk about cell phones, I talk about laptops, I talk about monitors, cameras, lenses, anything technology related. You wouldn't think I'd be reviewing a vacuum, right? Because it's an appliance, it's not really tech. Except this vacuum is high tech. This vacuum has so much technology that I'm excited when it's time to vacuum. I think my wife has told me she's never seen me vacuum more than when I got this new vacuum. Like, I already vacuumed a lot when I got this one, but when this gun came out to play, it's like, oh, I can't wait to use it. Oh, let me, oh, there's a spill? Where? Let me get it. And go for it. Because the technology is great. I mean, look at all the technology here. You got the 120-minute fade-free floor cleaning power. And I want to emphasize on fade-free cleaning, right? Because some people will say, okay, fine, it runs 120 minutes, but maybe the first 5-10 minutes you think it's full power, but as you progress, like you would think that as dirt builds up here, as the battery gets a little bit warmer or goes down in charge, that it wouldn't be as powerful. But no, Dyson has engineered this vacuum to have fade-free cleaning, which means the design of the airflow and the suction tornadoes here, they work so efficiently, as well as the battery, that as you drain the battery and as you pick up more dirt, the flow is still good, and the battery is designed to continually pushing the motor at the same 125,000 RPM to continuously vacuum the same amount of power as you deplete the battery for the first minute to like the 70 minute that it takes to deplete this battery. Fade free. And again, it says 120 minutes because it includes 2 batteries on the Dyson V11 outsides.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some tech.
It is, and that's just talking about the flow, right? But don't forget, you got the advanced whole machine filtering, right? Because the way that the air gets sucked in, the only place that it comes out is through this filter. So one filter is the only out for the air. And you know that once you clean this filter, you're guaranteed that all the dirt that's coming in here, like you're picking up dust and pollen, you don't want to be blowing that all around the house. You want to make sure you capture it. And this filter is very well designed. It can capture 99.99% of microscopic dust particles as small as 0.3 microns. I mean, like that's really small. I don't want to get into like the science of it, but 0.3 microns, it's dust, right?
So even Ant-Man gets stuck in there then.
Yeah. Well, air won't get stuck because it's
Ant-Man.
Oh, Ant-Man? Yeah. we won't capture Ant-Man. Sure enough.
He's gets stuck in there for sure.
Poor guy. We'll have to make sure that the indicator tells us to pull it out. I think there might be an indicator for like Ant-Man release because yeah, he'll get stuck in there.
Got him. Let him out.
Yep. So again, fade-free, powerful fade-free suction. You got 14 cyclones. They're just designed to pull in as much air as possible, and the design is just revolutionary. Oh, I didn't even go over the hygienic bin emptying mechanism yet. Let's just go back to the old Dyson V6, V7 that we have. What's the worst thing when you're done vacuum and you have a lot of dirt stuck in this machine?
Let's just say I have a stick called vacuum stick that I needed to yank the stuff out when I try to clean it.
I do the same thing.
That's the suckiest part. That is the suckiest part. As a vacuum, that's the suckiest part.
It's actually really nasty because, you know, the way that the old vacuum is, you have this little lever here, and what it does is it opens this flap here, and whatever gravity can pull down, gravity pulls down. You can shake a little bit, but the problem is, as dirt gets pulled in here, it gets sucked into all this mesh here, and there's no way to remove it other than to reach up and pull down all that dirt with your hand, or like you have a little stick to clean it, right? But it's just nasty. This is the worst part. In fact, sometimes if I'm gone on a business trip for a couple of weeks, I come home and guess what? This vacuum, normally the capacity limit is here, right? My wife uses it and it's full up to here. It's like, what are you doing? That's because she'll vacuum the house and she won't take out and delete and take out the trash because it's so nasty. She's like, I'll wait for you to come home to clean out the bin. But with the new one, check this out, man. This is my favorite feature. It's like a weapon. So ready for this? You just push this lever and you push down. There's 2 motion that happen. If you notice, of course this flap opens so dust comes out. But if you notice, the bin slid. So the whole bin slid. Yes.
So you just push it out.
It pushes it out. Not only does it pushes it out, there's a part here, the red stuff that you see here, that's actually a silicone material that slides right onto all this area that sucks in the dust, and where normally all the dust sits, where you usually have to use a stick to pick up all the dirt from here and pull out.
Oh man, I like that.
Yeah. So this red thing is silicone, slides smoothly over it, just pushes everything out in one motion, opens the flap, pushes it out. So all you have to do is just whoop, push it back in, and you're good to go. Again, very elegant, very hygienic. You don't need to touch the dust, and simple. You got a bigger bin, and it's easier to dump. I mean, you can't go wrong. This is one of my favorite part about the new Dyson V10, V11, and now the V11 outsize. They're improving on something that's great. what we had before, the Dyson V6, V7, V8 didn't have it. So
because basically I have to like hold it on top of the garbage can, right? And it just drop. And sometimes
Yes.
it does will fly out. And most of the time the gravity don't do its job. I have to yank it out because I have 2 dogs at home. So
Yeah.
it's all
Oh,
dog
2
hair.
dogs.
It's all tangles up there. It's
Yeah.
nasty.
Oh, I feel you. I feel you. I don't have dogs, so I don't have that experience with the dog hair. But you know, you open the flap, and you're right because the flap is right here and it's close to where you're opening it. You're not too far from where the dust exits. Number one, plus things
I
are
have to
stuck,
wear a
right?
mask every time I open it.
Yeah,
it will
exactly.
fly out. The dust will fly out.
But see this, you can stand far away, right, and just like dump it. You can literally just
kind of point it inside, more
point
like
it inside the
garbage
trash can and just dump it, right? So you got that advantage there.
Yeah.
So all
That's
this
a good
feature.
feature.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much technology. I mean, of course, this vacuum isn't cheap. It's probably one of the most expensive vacuum in the market, but by far, it's the most versatile, most powerful vacuum in the market, and it's cordless.
I like it the way it's designed too. It looks like a plasma gun. That's why you like it.
It looks pretty cool.
You like
I love
it
it.
easier. That's like you hold it like a
toy.
gun.
Boom! Yes, I love the sound it makes. Like when you release it, check this out. You hear that? Boing, boing.
Yeah.
I never know why it does that. The old one's loud too, and the old one never did the boing, boing, boing. Whereas this one, it's so cool, right? Anyway, let's go on and see what other stuff we can talk about. It's got the DLS technology, which is Dyson's load sensing sensor, or I think it's dynamic load sensing. And what's cool about it is that it can actually detect if you're on carpet or hardwood or floor, carpet versus floor pretty much, and it will adjust the suction power accordingly. So you don't have to worry, even though there's buttons in the back on the LCD screen to switch between normal, eco, and boost. You just put it on auto, and when it goes to the carpet area, it'll ramp up the suction because it knows it needs more suction. And when it goes on the floor, it'll drop it down so you don't waste as much power. So it's very efficient, and it's Dyson's technology. It's the load sensing, dynamic load sensing. Pretty cool. Leave it on auto. It will decide for you if it needs more power or less.
It's more like AI kind of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, artificial intelligence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Eventually, the vacuum is going to be smaller than us.
Well, I mean, you got those little Dyson. I mean, not Dyson, but you got those little robos that run around, right? Yeah, I mean, they're great for their own thing, but I've never had much experience with them. But a lot of my friends always have problems with them because they don't clean all the area, and sometimes they get stuck. There's stairs and they don't come down, and maybe they memorize, but they always miss a certain part of the house. And sometimes they just get in the way. It's like, what if you want to do something and there's a vacuum running around the house? When I want to clean something,
suck because they don't suck.
That's right. What's so great about this is that it really sucks.
It sucks. It really sucks.
You're playing with the title of this video too much, but that's one of my best things that I love to say about my vacuum. I always get people, I tell them, you know what? I love this vacuum so much. It sucks so much, that's why I'm going to buy it. And they're like, wait, what? And then they realize, oh. You know, speaking of funny jokes, I always tell you this one. All right, so you got a vacuum, right? Sometimes you call it a vacuum cleaner. But when you are emptying a bin and you're cleaning it out, you, my friend, are the vacuum cleaner.
That one's cheesy.
Sorry.
That one's cheesy.
All right, we'll go on. All right, so right. It does the dynamic load sensing pretty much tells you what it needs to do, when it needs to. But if you want to, you can pick eco mode or boost. Boost mode, it makes a little bit more noise and it turns up the power a little bit more. So sometimes you know that you're gonna pick up something that's pretty heavy and you really want to dig down in the dirt and suck it out. You put it on boost. You lose some power, but you lose some runtime, but you get much more power. And versus eco is where you drop down the power, but you extend your runtime, so you make sure that you have a large area to vacuum. and you can figure it out. But again, auto is probably the best choice because there's so much juice in these batteries, and you got two of them when you get the outsize. And it doesn't make sense to really choose between Eco and Boost. Don't even think about it, just vacuum. Your vacuum cleaner is smart enough, it will decide if it goes on, if it needs to pull in more power or less power. That's Dyson's dynamic load sensing technology. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. So again, it's powerful cleaning on floors and carpet. Again, you got the 25% water brush head with the Dyson V11 outsize, and it's got the DLS, the dynamic load sensing, so it will decide how much more power to suck up versus less power to suck up if it doesn't need it because it's on floor. And again, if you notice, this is not just any vacuum head. Like you pointed out earlier, it's got a see-through here, so you can see when something's stuck in here, or you can see when you start to pick up a lot of hair. You can see right away before you need to clean it, right? And that's one of the best things. But the other thing is, it's not just a brush. If you notice, there's two colors. There's black and there's red. And it's not because it looks nice. You know, you got deep bristles, which are the red ones, that are stiff and dig deep into whatever it needs to pick up. But then there's these black ones. These are carbon fiber filament. So these are like the sticky stuff. So you got a combination of some sticky stuff and some very hard and rough stuff here. So the combination of both will pick up anything you push it through. It does really well. And the suction power is so great in this. Again, it has more suction power than any vacuum in the market, including corded vacuum. So there's no competition. It runs laps.
You know what I realized?
Competition. Yeah.
Because Dyson's confident. I mean, a lot of other companies don't do the transparent plastic cover because they want to hide on dirt. But they know they suck so good that it won't last there. So imagine all that have stuck all this junks in there. Yeah. Right? It's transparent. It sucks. But they're so confident that it won't because they will all suck it back in there. So they keep it transparent. So
right. And you can see, you can see the awesome amount of suction it has. And of course, Dyson doesn't just want to hide it because they also want you to see when you actually have hair stuck. Because no matter how good a vacuum technology is, if you got like a lot of hair, it eventually will get wrapped into a roller that's spinning, right? So you want to be able to see it so you can clean it. And with this vacuum, again, you need a little coin here to flip it open. But once you have a coin, you just pull this out, you clean it, you use the scissors, you cut it. Thank you. Perfect. And if you don't have a coin, the Dyson V11 outsize has an upgraded larger head, but it also has a little lever here. You can just push and it just pops it open. Much easier. You don't need a coin to open up your cleaning head when you need to clean it. A lot of cool technology.
So I can't do anything with the coin right now. I used to buy bubble gums right now. 25 cents don't do much.
25 cents could buy you bubble gum? Last time I checked, they're 50 cents, my friend, for the good bubble gum.
I'm old, okay? So I'm talking about way back.
Gotcha. Actually, I only tease. We're about from the same era. But again, this is the back. This is the LCD screen. Again, old vacuums don't have it, like the Dyson V6 here, V7. Even the new Dyson V11 Animal, which is the lower version of all the V11s, don't have the screen. So if you're picking up a new Dyson, just get the Dyson V11 Torque, which is what I have, or I highly recommend Dyson V11 Outsize, which is like the beefier version of this. And either the Torque and the outside the Torque or the outsize has this LCD screen. And again, these LCD
I want an LCD.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at it. It tells you when you need to clean the filter. It tells you when there's something stuck in here, and it tells you when there's something stuck at the end. It tells you what's wrong with their vacuum, so you know by reading the screen. It's not like it just stops working. There's like a picture. It'll tell you why it stopped working or what needs to be fixed. So it's pretty intelligent. In addition to obviously telling you how many minutes you have left, battery power. So LCD screen, I think it's a must. Yeah, it's a must. It is a must. So unique battery power management system, right? There's a difference between good batteries and bad batteries. And there's also a difference between a good power management system and a bad one. When you have a good power management system and good batteries, they're designed to run optimally, whether you're charging them or whether you're using them down. So as you're vacuuming, the power stays consistent. It doesn't drop in voltage all of a sudden because you're halfway out of power. You get the full amount of power throughout the whole 70 minutes or 60 minutes, actually 70 minutes of this as you're running it down. It stays consistent and it's fade free. It's got a lot of intelligence built into it. For example, when you charge it, it knows to condition the battery so that number one, it doesn't overcharge it, and number two, it doesn't deteriorate or worn down the battery as fast. Like the old Dyson I have, I had to replace the battery, but that's after like 5 or 7 years of usage. It's really stayed up and done its time. It's reliable, well engineered, and the battery lasts a really good amount of time. Again, that's because Dyson really optimized the power and technology to really push this battery.
That's a lot of features and
yeah, I mean,
so good.
these features help it suck a lot. That's a good thing. I mean, you already know the point and shoot hygienic cleaning thing that also moves the barrel down as you dump it.
Oh.
It's just genius. Keeps the dust away from you, automatically opens the flap, and my favorite part is it pushes all the dust from here using this silicone collar here, so it pushes it down, and that way you don't have to worry about using your hand or a stick to move out all the dirt here. So one motion to release it puts out all the dirt. Again.
You know what? I kid you not. This coming Halloween, some kids gonna bring that out and use it as a gun.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, and I'll tell you my favorite attachment to it is the crevice tool. It's down here. It's still stuck to one, and I always have this thing attached to it. It's like a mini rifle. I love it.
It is.
Yeah, it's so cool. That's probably why I like vacuuming so much, because I just love using it. It's really fun. Like vacuuming is fun now with this Dyson new V11 torque that I have. Also new V11 outsize.
Right? You know what I say? When you're having fun, you're not working.
Exactly. So I come home from work looking forward to getting to play with my toy here, and my wife likes it. Wonder why.
Well, right. Go figure.
Yep. So we already mentioned a dock, but again, one of the beauty of having a cordless vacuum is not only is it cordless, you can move anywhere you go with it, but because you dock it, once you dock it, it's already charging. So when you're ready to use it, you just pull it up and you're ready to go. You don't need to worry about, oh, should I dock it for a whole day? If I'm on vacation, is it too much to leave it docking on vacation? You don't need to worry about that again, because it's got intelligence in the charging dock, so it knows when the battery's charged, so it doesn't overcharge it. So convenient and also always ready to go when you need it.
Also, it would serve the battery better, right? By having that feature.
Yeah, exactly. Like the old days when you're just charging a battery, if you overcharge it, the battery life is just shot. It's just dead. It's bad. This one, the intelligence of it will extend the longevity of the battery. Haha. We haven't talked about this too much, but the click-in battery pack. I mean, I can't even demonstrate it because it's not even a feature in the Dyson V11 torque that I have. It's only in the Dyson V11 outsize that just came out a few weeks ago. And that's why you have two batteries that come included with the kit, because I can't take out this battery. I have to take out some screws. But with the Dyson V11 outsize, you push a little clip, just like any of the attachment. You pull out the battery, you place it in, and you're ready to go. So really great to have like a long vacuuming session because each battery will last you like 70 minutes and you can replace it easily. And it doesn't come with just two batteries. It comes with two chargers too. So as this one is docked and charging, you have another standalone charger charging your second battery. So they thought about everything with the Dyson V11 outsize. Again, click-in battery pack is one of my favorite features that's only in the Dyson V11 outsize.
You know what they should make? They should make a belt that you could carry like multiple batteries on you. So when you're done, you just go and go like reload.
Oh yeah.
That'd be fun.
Oh yeah. Then if that's a feature, I might not even have time after work because I'll be vacuuming for 2 hours. That would be my life.
My house.
Oh no, you're not pulling a fast one. I have a big enough house to vacuum. I'm good. Thanks. The Dyson has DLS technology, and again, it's called dynamic load sensing. And basically, it will detect what floor you're on, whether you're on carpet or a hardwood floor. It will adjust the power to find the right balance of power and runtime. So you don't really have to think about, oh, should I be in eco mode, should I be in normal mode, or should I be in boost mode? I mean, sometimes you'll have to know if you want a boost mode because there's a lot of dirt you want to pick up. But generally, it will detect the floor type for you and switch accordingly, so you don't have to worry. Dyson DLS technology.
So wait, let me get this straight. So technically there's two modes then. There's the eco mode and then there's the boost mode. The auto mode is let the AI itself to choose which one to use whenever.
Yes, pretty much. Yes. Yeah.
Hey, that makes more sense now.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. That's technology, my friend. So I know we talked about a lot of tools, but pretty much all the tools, there's a lot of tools, right? You got this brush, you got this brush, you got like this one, then you get the crevice tool, and of course you got the classic head. But there's a reason for all these tools, because the full package, when you buy Dyson's V11 outsize package, it pretty much has all the tools you need to do all the vacuuming you need in your home. Whether it's from your living room carpet to your upholstery, your curtains, your stairs, tight areas, up in the ceilings and crevices around the top there, your crown moldings, and your car, everything. The vacuum is extremely versatile because of that. It does everything. Yeah, you know, I often forget to talk about the wand because it does include the wand as well, and of course we get the tool attachment and wand. But this wand converts this little cordless vacuum that's great for cleaning the car into something that's extended. So now you can like clean the ceiling, for example, or you can just use it as a normal vacuum. I'm sure you already know this because you have the Dyson V7, just like I have the old Dyson V6. But this wand here makes that cordless handheld vacuum into a fully functional vacuum that you can clean above and below. All these tools, full package. It's an expensive vacuum, but you're getting everything you need to vacuum the whole house. You don't need to buy anything else. The filter is replaceable. I mean, it's replaceable, but you don't need to replace it because
washable.
Exactly, washable. And there's no bag to worry about. The battery is designed to last a long time. It's engineered for longevity. And you have great warranty and great customer service with Dyson. In fact, Dyson's customer service is great. You've actually had Dyson experience with Dyson's customer service, right?
Oh yeah, they're awesome. Like that one time I kind of dropped it. I think one of the button was, well, the click thing were broken off over pieces. Yeah. They just replaced it for me.
There you go. Yeah, Dyson's customer service is great. They even have really good customer service videos too. If you go on their website, you can always check out some of their videos. They'll explain exactly how to take care of things, how to replace the battery, if it's like on one of the old ones where you actually have to take out screws, or how to clean the filter. Yeah, I mean, it's easy stuff. Like you just pull it out, boom, wash it, dry
it's pretty straightforward.
But you know, there's videos. It's very easy to use. But again, it goes to say how much Dyson cares about customer service. They make all these videos that are very user-friendly, that just gives you a peace of mind when you need to do something.
They care.
Yeah, they do. Again, fade-free power. I love the fact that, you know, even though it's the most powerful vacuum, and you can tell me, yes, the battery lasts 120 minutes because there's two of them. People might say, well, what if you have a lot of power, but as you go on, the power fades? That would be terrible. But the way Dyson designs it, they have great circuitry and they have high quality batteries that pretty much provides fade-free power. As you continue to deplete the battery and use it, you still get the full power throughout the entire battery charge. So
when basically our power, it just stopped working.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and you won't notice the difference in suction power.
Actually, I wish Dyson would make shaver, because so many times that when a baby got cut out.
Yeah, and even the shavers, like I'll notice it's like there's for like half an hour. Battery's not dead, but it's like half the power, right? Because it's faded.
The worst part is got caught. that hurt.
I can tell you have more of a problem than I do. I don't have too much facial hair, but I can see yours. Yeah. So yeah, fade-free power. Great feature of the Dyson V11.
Come on, Dyson,
all the
make
Dysons.
a shaver. I will so buy it. Make a Dyson shaver.
Yeah, they should. I mean, this thing, it's something to realize, okay, fine, you got battery, you got like some suction, but if you look at the number, this thing spins at 125,000 revolutions per minute. I mean, just wrap your head around that. Like, a car, on average, the engine turns about like 3,000 revolutions per minute, 3,000 RPMs, right? If you're on the freeway, maybe 4,000, or if you're really pushing the car, maybe 5,000 RPM. 5,000, that's what a car does, the engine spins. This little motor here spins 125,000 revolutions per minute. It's crazy. And you would think that something that spins so fast is super loud and has a lot of vibrations, but look at this. It doesn't vibrate at all. The design is so elegant. It's very calm and relatively quiet for how fast it's spinning. I mean, that just speaks for itself. It's pretty impressive. Of course, you got the 18 cyclones, all these little things. There's technology in each one of them that helps provide the suction. I won't get into too much details. Just know that they suck. They suck a whole lot, and that's a good thing. Yeah. So you got the advanced whole mechanism filtration. Like we always illustrate the fact that air comes in, it gets sucked in here, goes through the dirt bin, and comes out this way. Notice the path is very linear, but not only that is that this is the only place where the air comes out, and before it comes out, it gets trapped into this reusable, washable HEPA filter that's got 6 layers of filtration that traps 99.99% of particles as small as 0.3 microns. Like, it's good stuff. It will trap all the dust and pollens. Like, if you're sucking up dust and pollen, you don't want to be blowing that around the room and then sniffing it all up again, because that's the whole point. You want to clean your house so that you don't have allergies. It'll be a totally opposite experience if you start blowing all that dust and pollen around the house, right? So, good filtration system, really good one. I mean, the old ones that we have, the Dyson V6, V7, they have a good, decent filtration system. Again, it's not washable, so you have to replace it, and it's all right. But the new ones, they have much better filtration. So, as we already mentioned, you got something here that spins 125,000 revolutions per minute. Yet, it doesn't shake, it doesn't vibrate, and it's acoustically engineered to lower the volume as much as possible. I mean, this is how loud this thing sounds, right? You compare it to an old one, you can hear a difference right away.
That's a huge difference.
It's quite different, and you know, it still makes noise. I won't lie. I'll wake a baby if I vacuum, but it's much more quiet than you expect for something with that much suction power. I mean, I'll leave it as that. It's impressive. It's definitely impressive.
I need to test that because one of my dogs actually really scared of the vacuum. So because of the noise, of course.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the new one will actually make him calmer. Gotta test that.
We can try it. Yeah. When we get opportunity, we'll take this over to your place. Probably by then, you'll get yourself one. I'm sure by this video. So one of the things you might notice is that the design of the old one is different than the design of the new one, right? Not just in size, but if you look at the airflow, right? If you look at the picture, you see this is the old one. When you have, let me use an example of any attachment. So say this attachment right here, right? So you pull in air comes in here, and all air and dust comes here, and it has to make its way up here, right? This is a suction path, and then here's the filter, and then air exhausts out here. So you notice that the air filter, airflow goes this way, and then out. So it goes like that, as you can see in the illustration. Whereas the new one, the path is totally linear. Air comes in here, goes through here, and it goes straight out. So just one single path. So much more efficient. That, you know, you don't think it's a big deal, but it allows the batteries to be more efficient. It allows the suction to be more because airflow has less resistance. It just flows versus it has to flow up and out, right? This one flows straight. So these little design cues that Dyson has taken to change this into this, it's not just for aesthetic. It's actually for performance as well.
Ooh.
Pretty cool technology, right? You don't think about these little things.
Sweet.
Here are some of the specs. I mean, I won't bore you with the spec, but I will tell you one thing that stands out is that the Dyson V11 torque, which I have, is about a pound less than the Dyson V11 outsize. So the outsize is what you see there is 7.85 pounds. It's a little bit heavier, but you're getting you're getting 150% bigger bin. You're getting a more powerful motor. You get the replaceable battery. So it's a little bit heavier. It's a toss
just 1 pound.
It's just 1 pound. I mean,
it's variable.
If you read the reviews, and if people have weak arms and they're vacuum high all day, you might feel the difference. But to me, I always want the biggest, the fastest, the strongest, the baddest vacuum out there, the one that sucks the most. And there's no competition. The Dyson V11 outsize is the best vacuum in the market right now. It's not the cheapest one, but it's got performance that is above and beyond any vacuum in the market, and it's got battery runtime that'll last you over 2 hours, and it's cordless, and it's got Dyson's warranty and performance and high quality engineering. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. But
no,
I digress. So these are the specs. I mean, it's a stick vac. You guys all know this shape and form. That's what it is. It cleans everywhere. As you see, this lady moves from the carpet to the countertops, to the ceiling, to the carpet. She doesn't make her way in the car because, I don't know, she's in her living room, but it also works fine in the cars. Well, I wouldn't say that. I know a lot of my female friends that have beautiful cars and they really take care of it. But yeah, it's very versatile. I love this picture because you can see, and you notice that, okay, there's in these 4 pictures, there's 2 where she uses the wand, right, to have longer reach. And then there's 2 that you can just detach the wand and it converts to a totally different vacuum. It's like buying 4 vacuums in one because you have all these attachment tools. Like, gone are the old days where you have a corded vacuum and you need to clean the stairs. Like, you can't even carry the vacuum upstairs because it will tip because it can't stand between the steps. And you got to put it all the way up to the top floor and then vacuum down, or put it at the bottom and vacuum up, and then you still have to carry the vacuum up later, right? Cordless. That's the way to go. And that's I mean, the whole technology of going cordless was always a huge compromise. It was a huge compromise with the old technology because it was cordless, it was versatile, but the battery life wasn't great and it didn't have a lot of suction power. But now with the Dyson V11 torque, V11 outsize, there's no competition. It's the strongest vacuum in the market, and you have battery that lasts 70 minutes on one. It comes with 2, it lasts 120, 140 minutes. There's no competition. There's no reason why you buy a corded vacuum anymore.
I think this is the first one I've seen that looked like this, that had this kind of features.
Yeah. I mean, Dyson's been getting here. Like, I think they hit a home run with the Dyson V10. They pushed it next step with Dyson V11, more power, bigger bin, and then they went with the Dyson V11 outsize now, which is just above and beyond, 150% bigger bin, 20% more suction, replaceable battery, wider vacuum head. You got the whole kitchen sink with the new Dyson V11 outsize. Just put it that way. I love the empty trick.
That's what I love.
Yeah. Always take off your attachment. Once you take off the attachment, you point, you push one lever, you shoot, and it pushes the bin down, which means it pushes all the dirt here with the silicone collar and opens the lid. So your dirt is far away from you and you don't need to reach up to clean anything because, again, the silicone collar pushes the dirt all out. So very elegant cleaning solution. So just 2 pieces, right? This close, in one motion, you can close this and close this at the same time. Love this.
Nice.
Love this. Yes. Makes it very hygienic and clean and fun. Like I always tell the story. When I go on travel, my wife is at home with the old vacuum that we used to have. You know, this bin can take up the dirt up to this much right here. But when I go on vacation, or sorry, I didn't go on vacation. I went to work. Travel, okay? I went to travel, and she's at home vacuuming. I come home, and this thing, again, max capacity is here, has dirt all the way up to here. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's me. Yeah,
that's you? What? You too? Well, I don't blame you because really, like, it's a chore. It's a chore to vacuum, but it's more of a chore to empty this because it's nasty, right? You go out, you empty this. Yeah, you empty this, but you can't be too far from this because your hand's right here, and then dust flies all over the place, right? You probably should wear like a mask to protect yourself because that's nasty. And then not only that, but the bin doesn't push down because all the dirt is still stuck here. So once you open this, you still have to reach up and pull down the dirt, and that's nasty.
I like to say gravity is not strong enough.
No, definitely not.
Human hands. There you go.
No. Yeah, you need something like this where this motion right here actually has this collar that pushes all the dirt from here, just pushes it down. I mean, it's genius. I love it. I love it.
I would just buy just because of that feature.
I mean, yes, but then you also get the bonus of the filtration system, the longer battery life, the better suction power. It's a win-win. No matter which feature you buy, you can buy it for one feature alone, but you get all the other feature absolutely free, right? So again, it neatly stores thanks to the docking station. I mean, it's one thing to have a cordless vacuum, great. Yes, I'll charge it. But the docking station makes it easy to charge because once you're done, you just, whoop, that's it. You don't have to think about looking for a cord and plug it in. You just, whoop, it stores away nicely on the wall. It charges when it's done charging, it stops charging. You don't have to worry about taking it off. And when you're ready to vacuum, when life gets messy, pull this up and Dyson is ready to work and clean up your mess when you need it. So very cool, very nice feature. Again, one disadvantage of these things is, I mean, it's not a disadvantage, but the fact that it does have 2 screw holes and you will have to screw this into the wall. If you're renting an apartment or you're leasing a place, you can't screw into the wall. Then there's a link in the bottom where there's a nice rack you can buy. It's a big heavy rack, and the rack allows you to clip this onto the rack. You can screw this directly onto the rack, so you're not screwing onto the wall, but the rack is self-standing. So then you can attach, oops, wrong vacuum. You can attach the vacuum with the wand installed and the attachment, and then you have your attachment you can hook up here, and plus the stand has attachments on the side like a Christmas tree. So it's very useful if you don't want to drill into your wall. I don't use it personally, but the one that I have linked below has a lot of great reviews, and it works for the Dyson V11 Outsize, the V11 Torque, V11 Animal, and any of the other Dyson cordless vacuum.
Sweet.
Yep. Always love the fact that this thing can take care of my car. I'm a big car guy, so I take care of my car, and I love the fact that I can use my Dyson to clean my car.
Okay, see, this is what I need. With the baby, cleaning a car sucks.
Yeah.
I really suck. Need to suck it.
Yeah, when you have a baby, and plus you have pets. So do you put your pets in your car too, or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shower and then come back. Here's all over.
Yeah, exactly. So this will clean up your life. It's fun. It's easy to vacuum. The vacuum is already charged and ready to go when you need it. When you're done, you put it back in one place. It's charged already, and it just makes life a lot cleaner, right? More organized, more clean. You got all these tools, get into tight, small places. Stairs works great. In the bottom, you'll notice the interesting thing here. Is the bottom picture. You'll see that these little holes here, you can actually change how. These are called gates. You can open to the different sizes, and one of the reason why you would open them is to reduce suction power, so that you can. When there's too much suction power on a carpet, it's actually hard to push this because it's so sucked down. Right. But the other reason why you would want to open it up is because if you want large particles, like you see in the illustration there, like a cereal, it will actually be able to get sucked in here versus like if it was closed all the way, you can't really suck in stuff. Right? That's the disadvantage of having, like, it's like having a lowered car if you're a car guy, right? It's too low, you can't go over speed bumps. Well, you can open the gates up so then now you can go over speed bumps. You can suck in your cereals and whatnot.
But you still have to aim for the cereals, right? Where the hole is.
Well, before what I did, yeah, you still do. But before, you have to lift your vacuum and suck over the cereal. Now you can open it.
Go over it.
It's not a perfect solution, but hey, there is opening for that. And also it helps with reducing the suction power when you're on heavy carpet and you just can't push the vacuum because it's too powerful. That too powerful could be a problem. So we always forget the very pure, simple reason why we want Dyson is the Dyson V11. It's just because it's cordless. I mean, we've given up a lot of compromises before, and we've got a lot of improvements. But the very fact that it's cordless, that's something. I mean, think about it. It's a cordless vacuum. You can go around the house, you can take it outside your car, up and down the stairs, and it has performance that is beyond more powerful than any vacuum in the market, including the cordless
Wait, you
one.
You forgot. You could bring it to your friend's house too.
Oh, you mean like take it to your house and help vacuum your house? We'll discuss about that later. Why don't you just click on the link below and get yourself one? I think you'll like it. You'll love it. I guarantee it. So hassle-free, dynamic load sensor. Again, it will detect if you're on carpet. It will detect if you're on hardwood floor and adjust the power accordingly. So we got the fade-free power. The battery is great. It lasts up to 120 minutes. That's because on the Dyson V11 outsize, you get 2 batteries, and each one can do like 60 to 70 minutes. They're always conservative. They say 120 minutes because they assume 60 minutes per battery charge. But I've gotten over 70 minutes. Like you can see, like you saw earlier, when I started vacuuming, and I read the sensor right now. Let's see what it's at right now. If I can get this in focus. And it's focusing. There you go. It's got like 71 minutes still, right? And I've been using this for a little bit already, so it's got a lot of charge. And it's fade-free, which means throughout the entire range of the charge, from fully charged to depleted charge, you're getting the full power. You're not getting dropped power throughout midway, right? It's designed so that you get full suction and it's fade-free power. So
that's really good.
That, in a nutshell, I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. We talked pretty much about the Dyson V11. We didn't talk about other vacuums. And we didn't talk about other products. Like you see a lot of Amazon influencers and Amazon reviews, they talk a lot about different products, right? I just wanted to spend the whole time to talk about this one product because I think there's so much to talk about. And I really wanted to convince my friend here, Jeremy, to pick up one of these because he's got the Dyson V7 and he's also got the old Dyson DC33, I think, that's a cordless vacuum that still works, but you know, time has changed, technology has improved. It's about time that he upgrades. So I want to influence him to upgrade. And I hope by me trying to influence him, you guys got the whole perspective of why I think this is a great vacuum for anyone.
I think I'm getting it just because I have babies and dogs and my V7 is not doing the job. So this baby here, it really sucks.
You're getting those jokes. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with one of the most powerful. Actually, I shouldn't even say one of the most powerful. The most powerful vacuum in the market by a long shot. Like, if you compare it to any cordless vacuum out there, it's more powerful than any cordless vacuum. But the cool thing is, it's more powerful than any corded vacuum. Like,
I know, that's just amazing.
A battery-powered vacuum that's more powerful than a vacuum that you can plug into a wall. I mean, technology has gone a long way. The design of technology, the battery allows it to last a long time, but really the motor here that spins 125,000 revolutions per minute, but it's also very damp and quiet. Also with all these cyclones creating a massive amount of suction, and then the design, the airflow, air coming in, going through here, straight out to the filter, makes it a very linear path so that air is efficiently flowing through the system. All this combination, along with Dyson's technology, Dyson's customer service, Dyson's warranty, makes it a stellar product. I mean, if you are looking for a vacuum, there is nothing I would recommend more than Dyson V11 outsize. Or if you want, you can go for a smaller one, Dyson V11 Torque. Again, it doesn't have the removable battery. It's got a smaller bin, and it's got a little bit less power. But if you don't mind the weight, and a little bit more money, always go for a Dyson V11 outsize. It's the best vacuum in the market. It's a little bit pricey, but it'll last you probably 10 years. I mean, I'll be straightforward. My Dyson DC33, which is the same one that Jeremy has, we've had it for like 10 years. And the only reason why I stopped using it is not because it's broken. It's still in my storage unit, and it still works fine. I just don't use it because this is so much better. I mean, it's there. I've had it as a backup when I had this, right? Because this is great for when you need it handheld, you need it portable, but the battery doesn't last very long. And when there's like someone coming over for a party or a sleepover, and I want to vacuum the whole house, I couldn't do it with this. That's why I had the corded vacuum. But this, more powerful than any corded vacuum, more powerful than any handheld vacuum, but with battery life that will last 120, 140 minutes. There's no other vacuum that I would recommend more than Dyson V11 outsize.
Okay, I will take your recommendation. I'm actually really liking the station, the stand. It really looks like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, I mean the stand is cool. I like the fact that it's heavy duty, it's solid, it's movable. That's the cool thing. Like I attached my docking. Yeah. I attached this to a wall, right? And once it's stuck to a wall, it's great and all. But like, if I wanted to move my vacuum downstairs, I can't. I would have to unscrew this or buy another docking station. But with the Christmas tree, I just lift it up, move it to downstairs. Done. Like if I know I have a lot of cleaning, for example, if I am doing spring cleaning, right? You use spring cleaning. So sometimes you want to spread it out into like doing all the living room area. So you bring the whole dock down there, and you have all your tools, and you can plug it into the wall and charge it. So you might be cleaning, sponging off this and that, then you get the vacuum, clean it, dock it back, continue cleaning the rest of your house, and it's all downstairs. I'm sorry, all downstairs. And then when you need to, you bring it back upstairs, and you can do like all the bedrooms, and you have the docking station movable. So again, that's if you have the storage rack that we mentioned down in the link below, that allows you to dock your vacuum and all the accessories as well. But the main link to click on is for the Dyson V11 outsize. This is an amazing vacuum. I had the Dyson V11 Torque. Outsize is even bigger than this. This one has a nice bin already. Outsize has a 150% bigger bin. It's got a bigger head. It's got 25% wider head than this. It's got the bigger bin. It's got 20% more suction power. It's got the removable battery. In fact, not one, but 2 batteries and 2 chargers. So I rest my case. I think it's a great vacuum. Yeah, and people are raving around.
Use over 10 years. That's if you think about it, you could use it for over 10 years. Then it's not that expensive.
Yeah, it's like less than $80 a year if you break it down to 10 years, right? And these vacuums
and it's your back too.
Yeah. And you know, when people have a nicer house, they're usually less stressed, they're more relaxed. It's because it's nicer to live in a clean area, you get less sick, you vacuum more, it's more hygienic, you know. It's never a bad thing to vacuum. And with the Dyson V11 outsize, it makes it easy to vacuum. It makes it fun to vacuum, especially if you're a tech guy like me. You love all this tech. You like how cool it looks. You like the hygienic dustbin. I want one hand. Oh, you should never open it this way. It's always push it this way because dust will fall down. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on here. I'll let you guys read the reviews if you have any more concerns. But I mean, there's really no reason to read reviews. There's 4.5 out of 5 rating, and all the reviews have been just skyrocketing because people pretty much Dyson's previous vacuum had some little shortcomings, but with the new Dyson V11 outsize, there's really no shortcoming at all. They really went above and beyond. Like one thing that shocked me was the fact that they actually have removable battery. Like that's one thing that I thought Dyson will never do, but they just did it. They have a removable battery, but not only have it, but they also include 2 batteries and 2 chargers. Like it's a win. It's a win.
They go beyond.
Yeah. All right, well, I rest my case with the Dyson V11 outsize. Do you have any final words, Jeremy? Are you convinced? Are you getting one? What's your thoughts?
I am convinced because I'm the only guy in the house had to vacuum the car, house, everything. So, and to be honest, the big one, it still works, but only in-house. But I can't bring that to vacuum the car. And the V7 is just not powerful enough to suck up with the new dock that sheds more hair now. So, I mean, seriously, that's become a problem. So this V11, I think the outsize will be really beneficial to me. I would definitely look into it. Actually, I'm going to buy one.
Right on,
Thank you for the introduction.
Yeah, Thank you for sitting here and listening to me ramble. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you were excited as I was about this.
You're very excited.
Yeah, I mean this is fun. This is fun stuff. And once you get your Dyson V11, you'll love it just as much, and you'll know that I'm not just exaggerating because I will honestly tell you if a product is not good. I love this product to death, and I use it all the time, and I highly recommend it to all my friends and family. And I think it's just a great buy.
It sure is.
So with that, I hope you all have a good night. Have a good night, Jeremy. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you for having me.
Also, yeah, my pleasure. Also, there's a link right above to my tech channel, Utechpia. I'm also on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow me there. If you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, thanks, Jeremy. All right, guys. Well, have a good night, and thanks a lot. Signing out.
Bye.
Bye. Hey! Hello? Are you still there? Oh, there you are. I see you. Thanks for sticking around. Well, if you want to see more videos, check out these. And yeah, these are pretty interesting videos. I hope you like them. And thanks again for watching. I totally appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Well, I'm gonna head out now, so I'll see you later. Bye.